Okay, hello everyone. This is kind of back to a normal week. So this will be Monday and Tuesday, and we're starting a new unit. Guys, we're looking at linear inequalities. Inequalities. All right? And today we're looking at them in slope-intercept form. All right, now eventually we're going to do systems of linear inequalities, just like we did systems of equations. But right now we're just going to learn how to graph them. Okay? And one of the best ways to do it is slope-intercept form. All right, again, our objective, to graph and identify the solution to a linear inequality. They kind of look like this, okay? Where you have like a sign, an inequality sign instead of an equal sign. Right? That looks like slope-intercept form right there. All right, it goes through -3 is the y-intercept right there, -3, with a slope of 2, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. You see that? And this says y is less than or equal to. So we shade below the line, okay, because it's less than. You shade below, all right? And we'll cover that in a minute. All right, today's essential question, and you need this for the notes assignment. And how do we identify the solution to a linear inequality? Now, what's the solution? Okay. All right, a linear inequality. All right, it's kind of like a linear equation. It's just instead of the equal sign, it has an inequality sign. And you all might remember what those are. And we kind of show them on the bottom here. Y is less than whatever is on the right side here. This one means y is greater than whatever is on the right side here. It always points toward the smaller part. Okay, when there's a line underneath the inequality, all right, that means greater than or equal to, or it might mean less than or equal to. Okay, depending on which way it's pointing. If it points toward the y, that means less than. If it's pointing away from the y, that means greater than. If it opens toward the y, that's greater than. And I'm assuming you guys know that by now. Okay? Guys, this is the graph of a linear inequality. This says here that y is less than or equal to x plus 2. That's what it says. All right, so you graph the line y equals x plus 2, as if this was an equal sign. What's the line? All right. Because this says less than or equal to, this is a solid line. And because it says less than, y is less than, you shade below the line. Okay? All right, simply, guys, how do you solve a linear inequality? How do you do it? You graph it. That's what you do. And that's what we're going to do. Because every point in the shaded area is a solution. Right? Any one of these points down the shaded area will make the inequality true. Right? Pick any point down here. It's a large set of points. Okay? In an inequality. The solution, again, is a large set of points. All right, what are the steps? You guys need to know this, all right, because you're going to put them in order for one of the assessments here today. First thing you do is you rearrange the equation. So the y is on the left side and everything else is on the right side. It's kind of like slope-intercept form because it's easy to graph that way. Plus, we need to know which way to shade. And how do you find out how to shade? You need to know whether the part with the x is greater than or less than y. All right, step number 2, you go ahead and plot the line. You plot a dotted line. See this right here, guys? You plot a dotted line if the symbol is less than or greater than. You plot a solid line because it includes the line if it says equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. All right, and again, guys, we'll practice this. This might be the first time you've seen it. You'll be okay. Step number 3, you shade above or below the line. You shade above the line if it says y greater than, or if it says y greater than or equal to. And you shade below the line if it's y less than, or y less than or equal to. If it points toward the y, you shade below. If it points away from the y and opens toward the y, you shade above. All right, let's look at an example. This says y is less than or equal to 2x minus 1. I think we kind of looked at this one. So we plot y equals 2x minus 1 as a solid line. All right, because it says y is less than or equal to. It includes the line. Okay, so you plot the line. And then we shade the area below that line because it says that y is less than or equal to. Look at these steps again. Step number 2, because this says equal to, because there's a line underneath the inequality sign, this becomes a solid line when we plot the line. Because the inequality says less than, we shade below the line. Okay? Yeah, we're going to do some more examples in the next video, okay? In the orange folder. You'll be all right. Guys, there's 2 special cases I want you to be aware of. You could have a horizontal or a vertical line. Again, a horizontal line would be like y less than 4. Right? Think of it as y equals to 4. Here's the line right here, y equals 4. But this is a dotted line, because it just says y less than 4. It's a dotted line. And then you shade below that line, because it says y less than 4. Everything less than 4, you shade below. All right, over here, the other example, this says x greater than or equal to 1. So that's a vertical line. Here's x equal to 1. So that is a vertical line, straight up and down. And it's a solid line, because this says x greater than or equal to 1. And because it says x greater than, you shade to the right. You shade where x is greater than 1, up here, okay? On the right side. All right, y'all, go ahead and fill out today's notes assignment and complete the summary assessment. They're in this green folder where this video is right here. Okay, you guys can open up a copy of the slideshow. It'll help you. And get ready for the next Zoom meeting. We'll look at the vocabulary assessment. The vocabulary assessment today is 4 questions. All right, what is a linear inequality? All right, how do we solve it? When is the line dotted and when is it solid? And when do we shade above and when do we shade below? All right, those are the questions. And you need that for the assessment. And listen, you guys are doing very well here. All right? Come back for the next Zoom meeting. That's it. Thanks.